Hey folks, what's up? Another edition of Work in Public, and this one is going to be maybe a bit maybe more interesting because I made a lot of progress since the last video. So all the emails are done. I went through, kind of trimmed things up, and I've done some really cool personalization in ConvertKit, which I'm going to show you. So for those of you who are using ConvertKit and want to see kind of some behind the scenes and how you can really make ConvertKit do some really special personalization. I don't know if it's that special, but you can make your emails even more personalized so that it's more relevant to the reader. I'll show you that. The content is done, the ebook is done, and I've thought through how I want to sell this. And also I have an idea for an upsell, which is just another thing where when you buy a product, someone's primed to buy something else. So you can offer them a relevant next step or a relevant product or service to, in terms of business speak or marketing speak, it's to increase the average order value of a purchase. But really, if you want to think of it less of like this kind of, when you put it that way, it seems not so relationship focused. It's just kind of more like, how can I increase my average order value per unit? When yes, you're doing that. But the way that I prefer to approach it is this upsell or this additional offer relevant to what they're buying, and will this help them to further their experience, and then make it clear to them what it is and how it can benefit them, and then give them the option. There's nothing wrong with offering them the option, especially if it's relevant. So that's the way I like to see it, and I use that as a benchmark for, am I just adding an upsell to just try and make some extra cash, or am I adding an upsell to help add more value to this person's experience? Because I know for a fact that there's certain things that I've purchased, whether books or courses or products, where a suggested item or a suggested next step was a very welcome opportunity. When I think, oh yeah, I'd really like to have that as well. It makes a lot of sense. Or no, I'm okay, thanks. And then there's another thing in terms of how you present it. So give people the option to say no thanks, but don't shame them into saying no thanks. That's called confirm shaming. Now, if you've ever listened to my Marketing Honestly podcast or read kind of some of my content on Marketing Honestly, confirm shaming is when you shame somebody for saying no to something. So it's kind of like saying, do you want to accept this amazing offer that's going to improve your business or whatever? And so say yes, or you could say no. And instead of just saying no thanks, I'll pass, they put no thanks, I like being poor. And it's just shaming the person for saying no thanks. And you don't give them the option. So you kind of like remove the integrity of yourself, and you kind of reduce them to, I don't know. So I don't like it. So I'll show you how I don't confirm shame. And then I'm actually going to shoot a video right now. Like in this video, I'm going to shoot a video. So I'm going to keep rolling, which is the thank you for joining video. So when you buy the product, so I want to say thanks for joining on the thank you page, and then invite them to the next offer if they want to take it. So I'm just going to try and do that all in one take, and then I'll snip that part out and use that for the actual video. So yeah, let's do this. Let's go. Working in public. Okay, so sharing my screen here. I want to show you really quick. Here's ConvertKit. So I got all my emails. I changed some of the subject lines. I read through and tweaked a few things. I probably could still tweak, but I don't want to be in editing mode forever. So what I'm going to do here is just show you really quick. In ConvertKit, you can do cool personalizations. A lot of email tools can do this. ConvertKit's my favorite. And more powerful if you know how to do this. So this is a shout out to Brennan Dunn. For those of you who know Brennan Dunn, he's another another person in the freelancing space, and he teaches people freelancing in ConvertKit, and he has a great tool called Write Message. So shout out all over the board there. He has a really cool approach for personalizing your who somebody is. So in my industry, my audience are freelancers, freelance designers, web designers, graphic designers, app developers. It's kind of in those fields. And so I like to personalize certain emails so that those people their eyes and their ears can perk up, so to speak, when they see an email from me. So it's not generic. A lot of the time I could just say, in this case, for example, a conversation every new freelancer has had. And then I go into what the conversation is. But to make it more relevant to my audience, I say a conversation every new, and then I have certain data based on when somebody updates their subscriber form. I can see they type in if they're a freelancer or a freelance designer or an agency owner or a web developer or a Shopify agency. These sorts of things, I add that data to the subscriber profile based on what the subscriber enters. I won't show you how I do that right now because that's not relevant, but I have that data. So I can actually pull the subscriber, and this says ident singular. So this is Brendan Dunn's naming convention, but all that really is just saying, what is their professional identity? Freelancer, freelance designer, and then singular is like freelancer versus plural freelancers. So in this case, this phrase says a conversation every new, whatever their identity is professionally, it has had. So it could say a conversation every new web designer has had. Or if I don't have that information, it will default to freelancer. So it'll say a conversation every new freelancer has had. And then it just makes it more relevant. And then right in the subject line, I use the same personalization. So the product is called the Pricing Playbook. Now, the Pricing Playbook works for freelancers. It works for web designers. It works for consultants. It's anyone who has clients. But when you just say Pricing Playbook for freelancers, it can repel a lot of people who aren't relevant to the offer in the subject line. But in all reality, they get a lot of benefit from the course. So I want to be able to call them out and not send like 1,000 variations or a dozen variations of the same email. So I can just personalize the subject line. So in this subject line, it says introducing my new pricing playbook for, and I use the same personalization. So this will, for you, if you sign up and through certain processes, you tell me that you're a web designer, this will say pricing playbook for web designers. Or if I don't have that data, freelancers. Or web developers, or photographers. I mean, I don't really have many photographers on my list, but you get the idea. And then so I personalize that throughout here. This is the sales email introducing the product. And then same here, the pricing playbook for whoever it is. And information about the course, the special offer, which I've decided is going to be $90 for the standard price, which you could buy at any time. But for new subscribers, it's going to be half that, so 45. Why those numbers? Kind of just arbitrary. I could have just done 150, or I could have done 97 and then 40, whatever, 9. I could have done really whatever. But the point of the welcome offer is to be a really easy, accessible price. That's not going to be a big deal for most people. But they're going to be able to get 1,000 times the value or 100 times the value from their purchase. It's just meant to create a customer and to show them what you've got. And also I back up this offer with, if you don't think it's worth it, if you go through it and you're like, yeah, it wasn't worth it, I'll give you your money back and you can keep the course. So it's kind of no sweat, like no risk for you, all risk for me. So that's my way of saying, like, if you don't think it's worth it, if you don't get the value of it, then that should not be your problem. So I haven't linked it up yet because I haven't officially created the purchase page yet. I will be doing that in probably the next video. So that's my personalization technique I'm using in ConvertKit here. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you here. This is the thank you page in Teachable. Looks like this. So right now it just says, congrats, you made a smart decision. And then your order ID, it's very, very like bland page. So I'm going to spruce it up a little bit. I'm going to add a video with me right now saying, thanks for joining. Really excited. Here's what you can expect. Before you go forward, if you want to take me up on this opportunity, I'd like to invite you to my mastermind. It's a private community I have for select people who join the mastermind of freelancers, designers, consultants, other entrepreneurs, and online business owners who are helping each other, collaborating, so on and so forth. And so I want to give them the opportunity to join it because it's a very active place. You get support from me. You get support from the community, make some professional connections, and you can collaborate, maybe start to work on projects together. It's a really amazing group. And so I want to give them the opportunity. So that's what I'm going to do here. So yeah, thank you page is a great place to offer an upsell if it's relevant. And I think this is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot that video right now. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the screen off here and just show my face. We're going to use this shot right here. And maybe I'll close this. It looks a little cooler. And I'm just going to shoot the video. I might screw it up or I might not, and I might clip parts, but this is the video I'm ideally going to use for this thank you page. I'll snip it out and then hopefully I won't have to edit it because I don't like too much friction. So here we go. Thank you so much for joining the pricing playbook for freelancers. I really appreciate, that was clunky. Let's try that again. Hey, my name is Brad Hussey, and I just want to thank you for joining the pricing playbook for freelancers. I really appreciate you trusting me with your time and your money. I really think you're going to get a ton of value out of this. So just again, wanted to say thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. A couple really quick things. Once you get in there, once you move forward with the but let's try this again. Okay. Hey, Brad Hussey here. I'm the creator of the pricing playbook, and I'm really excited to have you here. I really appreciate you trusting me with your time and your money. I know that you're going to get a ton of value out of this, and you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. You got my email now, now that you've joined, but I want to, let's try this again. Okay. Normally I would write a script if I want to, but I don't like to because then I got to do another step, and I just would rather just do a few takes and get the best one. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to thank them, try not to ramble on, thank them for joining, let them know what to expect, offer the upsell. That's it. Okay. Hey, Brad Hussey here. Thanks so much for joining the pricing playbook. I really appreciate you trusting me with your time and your money. I know you're going to get a ton of value out of this. Before you move forward, I just want to let you know what's next and what you can do moving forward. That sounds so bad. Okay. Hey, Brad Hussey here. I'm the creator of the pricing playbook here at Freelancing Freedom. I really appreciate you trusting me with your time and your money. I know you're going to get a ton of value out of this course. So really quick, you've got my email now. So if you have any questions, you can always just hit reply and ask me some questions. Moving forward, you're going to have access to the pricing playbook ebook version and also the course version and any updates that we add to it. It's all yours now for the price that you paid. But before you move forward, I want to give you one really quick invitation, and you could totally take me up on this or not, depending on if you think it's the right fit for you. So I have a mastermind of freelancers, web designers, creatives, coders, and other coaches and consultants. And Monday to Friday, actually 7 days a week, everybody's in there helping each other out, holding each other accountable to their goals, collaborating, networking, sending each other referrals. I pride it on being kind of one of my favorite things that I've created for the freelancing and the home-based business, online business community. And I'd like to invite you to that. I don't normally invite people to this. It's usually a part of my bigger program, but I thought maybe I would try this out and offer you a spot. So all you got to do is click the yellow button below to accept the invitation. Total transparency here. It's $99 per year, and you can cancel at any time. You don't have to stay on for a second year, but if you join today, you will be charged $99 for the entire year. And in that, you get access to everybody in there. You get access to me for more support and accountability. We do weekly live office hours for that mastermind community, and also regular workshops and extra training that you don't get anywhere else. So I'd like to invite you to that. And if you want to take me up on that, yellow button below will get you access to that. If you don't want to take me up on that, that's totally fine. The button below says no thanks, just the course. Then you can move forward with the pricing playbook. Once again, my name is Brad Hussey, and I really appreciate you joining us. Whew, okay. I think that was all right. I mean, I could probably reshoot it and tighten it up, whatever. But I think that was pretty good. Okay, so that was my video. I'm going to snip that out here after this, and I will add it to this page right here. It'll show up, and it'll probably say, before you go, you know, a welcome video from Brad. And then they'll watch the video, and then if they want to, they'll take me up on the offer. If they don't, then they'll move forward. So that's that. And I think that's all I need for this video. So that's my working in public. Hopefully you found that valuable and interesting, and we'll catch you in another one. All right. Cheers.